Upon initial contact with Ice-T's music, I had envisioned him to be an ill-mannered and psychologically unstable man with an extremely uneducated and barbaric frame of mind, whose raps displayed nothing but ridiculous jargon, shocking sexual audacity, and repulsive images of the ghetto. However, after further analysis of his music, I can deduce that he is the epitome of anti-disestablishment terrorism, who embodies the entire spectrum of the urban experience and struggle. But to make things more plain and simple to the layman, I find Ice-T to be the dopest, flyest, OG pimp, hustler, gangster player, hardcore motherfucker living today. To be honest, I am totally and completely on his dick.
Welcome to the Ice-T Final Level Podcast, featuring your co-host, Mick Benzo, and your host,
Ice-T.
Hey, yo, what's up out there? This is Ice-T and my partner in crime,
Mick Benzo.
And this is podcast number 32.
Damn.
I'm not even going to be excited anymore, Mick, because, we went past the year, and now it's just something that's natural to do.
Yeah, you know what, though? But 32 episodes of a podcast?
It's a lot.
That's kind of hot, man.
Of course it
is. Yeah, we got
and
another.
The listeners are really listening in to this podcast, IceTFinalLevel.com. They actually like it.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, we got a guest in the house. We ain't gonna mention his name right
now.
yet.
Not yet.
You just heard his voice and stuff. But, we were noticing now that, after the last two podcasts with Busta Rhymes and the original G Money, the sound has gotten so much more splendid.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate these Shure microphones.
Yeah, we got to thank Shure Microphones for being part of this podcast. And, we going to keep pumping them. They gave us some, I might use these mics on the next album.
Yeah, we may take these in the studio too and work with them. Because Buster said he has spit fire out of one of these things.
That's right.
I bet he would. He's like 1080p Pixel TVs, right?
Yeah, but in the house today, we've got a very unique and a very inspirational brother. I just know him as Taim. We don't even call him by his last name. But he is a young brother that's from Queens. And
Queens, New York.
Queens, New York.
You got to put that New York on it. Don't just say Queens.
Yeah.
Got to say Queens, New York, man.
And he's
I'm from a queen.
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
A son of a queen. That's what you are.
Yeah. And he's an upcoming, how do you say? I say businessman / entrepreneur / filmmaker / producer.
Talk about it.
Just a guy who basically put together his own television. Well, it's not. It's just basically a film or a project,
right? Called
Southside.
Southside,
and he put it together and got me on board to help him get it. We're gonna go for television with it. It's an incredible thing. Taheim, just quickly, tell them what Southside is really quickly.
Southside is about an organization from out of Southside, Queens, New York, that built the foundation from making $100,000 a day in drug sales.
Damn.
Okay.
All right, ease back.
Okay, we ain't gonna we don't put people in jail here.
Yeah.
But somehow Taheim knows a lot about this organization.
We didn't say Raheem, Zahim. We said Taheim
with a T, capital.
But he didn't just write the story.
He didn't flaunt the story.
No. You know how people come to us, Mickey, and they say, I got an idea, and they tell us a story.
Oh, an idea that's on their head? That shit don't work.
This man didn't write the story. He has gone out and actually filmed. How much have you shot of the show?
About 10 minutes of it so far right now, like an extended teaser.
An extended teaser. Who's in it?
Method Man, Tretch, Kimani Marley.
Pause.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh, stop.
Okay,
Hold on, Ty, slow down.
But
let them keep listening, man. They're going to turn off after you finish, man. We got to keep our listeners here.
And anybody who was watching Tretch when he was on Couples Therapy, he was rocking the Southside T-shirts. You might be following him on Twitter. Do you guys got an Instagram?
Yes, we do.
They got an Instagram. And this is a grassroots production company. Like, this man went out with his own paper, shot this, is shopping it, got me on board. And, with the success of a lot of these other shows on television, I am looking forward to having Southside on TV very soon. Mm-hmm. He's here today to talk about some of the stuff he's learned in this business.
Of course.
Because a lot of people think they could do it, Ty. They think, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? You got a show. Just put it on TV.
It's not that
like
easy.
it's that easy. It's that simple. Todd, you're going to throw that on TV. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
and 10 minutes probably took them damn near 6 months to get
How
a
long
10-minute
did it take
reel.
to shoot 10 minutes?
About 3 days, 19 hours a day.
Wow.
19 hours
Now,
a
had
day.
you ever gone out and shot anything?
Never. This was my first time doing it right here. That's why I was so impressed. Like, wow. And after standing on a mountain and nose so long, I decided to give myself a yes and brought something to fruition. And now I see that I created a buzz and everyone is enjoying it.
Man, he got a story to tell.
All right.
So Taheim is in the motherfucking building.
For sure.
The creator, the owner, the brain behind the TV show, soon to be. It's definitely gonna be out.
Oh, they're going to pick it up. They're going to pick it up. But we're going to get to that in a minute, though. We're going to get to that in a minute.
Are you ready to do this podcast, player?
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's what's happening. You know, Taheim's in the building, and this is news. So what's cracking in the news right now? I mean, shit, the world is still fucked up.
Well, I got me some news, man. We
That
just
doesn't
I
change.
got some news. We just talking about the young brother Taheim that came in from Queens, New York, in reference to a television show that he has out. There's a TV show on. The last episode was a couple of weeks ago, right? But see, I'm into a company called Empire Distribution. It's a digital distribution company.
Okay.
And I've literally been with them for 5 years, right? And the word on the street is Empire. Look like they got a little problem, man. My guy's trying to sue them, Ghazi. My guy name is Ghazi. I say the name because it's real. We've been doing digital distribution for record label out of San Francisco. It's called Empire Distribution. And Empire came on the set, and I don't even think they took the trademark name properly to put that up. But they done a hell of a good job, though. But guess what? They're in trouble.
Oh, wow.
That's weird.
Wow.
So now what you're saying is somebody else is coming up out the woodwork. Your friend.
Ghazi, my guy Ghazi.
Your friend
my guy
is
Ghazi.
popping up late in the fourth.
No, that's not late in the fourth. You wait till
talking about
no,
I need a gap.
No. Yeah.
Nobody ever heard of this dude.
That's nasty. No.
Nobody
Lots
heard
of artists are signed to
to
Empire
Ghazi.
Distribution, such as Fat Joe,
Okay.
Pay Up
Okay.
Records.
Okay.
Wow.
A lot of other artists, I don't want to sell the artist's name, they can pull up Empire Distribution. They'll see how many artists are truly signed. I've been with him for 5 years, so he has a little claim going on. I kind of feeling that.
What, you gonna get some money out of this claim?
I should hope so.
Definitely promoting it out there like that. Break bread.
No, I was the first one to come online with him because he was at another distribution company called In Grooves.
Okay.
And he switched over and he did Empire Distribution.
So bottom line is, you know, the thing of it is, it's like when something hits like that, you know, anything that rhymes with Empire probably will try to sue you. It's one of those types of things where they're going to have to show that they had knowledge of this company and they really went out to defraud them, whether the trademarks even infringed, because I can open up the Empire Diner down here and it won't infringe on that man's copyright or that man's trademark. But if he got a lawsuit, he probably got to take a number. Because probably a lot of
I don't believe so, because if you look at that film, you see that they are advocating music,
Yes.
such as making records, having a record company.
But do you think they actually knew about this dude, or it just happens to be a coincidence?
I think it happened to be a coincidence, but guess what? Though coincidence, sometimes you have to pay for your mistakes.
Yeah.
It happened to
It
you
happened
a
to
few
me.
times.
It happened to
you
me.
understand? You understand when they wait till it gets big enough to get there. If it don't get big enough, it's no need to come after.
No, you wait.
You know, so exactly. So I think Empire made a mistake.
How it happened with me was I did a clothing line. And
Icewear.
Somebody came at me and they said, you know, we have the money. We want to do a clothing line with you. And it's called Icewear.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew there was a clothing line called Iceberg back in the day.
Exactly.
And we went out. We had a meeting with them. We talked to them and they told us, don't worry about it. And what happened was the guys that I sent out there, the dummies should have just said, hey, write that down on a piece of paper.
Right, get something in writing. Get
Exactly.
something in writing.
Like a lawyer told me, the paper remembers what the mouth forgets.
Whoa. Say that again.
The paper remembers what the mouth forgets.
Oh, for sure.
See,
I like that. You heard that?
That's a jewel. This is why Taim is here. So the paper, we didn't get the paper. What happens is
So the mouth forgot that they said it.
my
Exactly.
clothing line comes out. We're getting ready to go into Macy's. We're getting put all over the place because we started to get big We got a cease and desist letter from Iceberg.
See, but my thing is, Ice, when you did the Iceware, what's so strange is that's not Ice. It was Iceware, then you got Iceberg.
They challenged.
How is Iceware going to confuse you with Iceberg?
Because they'll say that some people might think when they go to buy it that it's connected. This is what they say.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing is you're challenging the trademark. Mm-hmm. And the people that I had, were investing behind me didn't want to go to court, didn't want to fight. They sue for like $50 million, some crazy number that just makes the people that are putting up the money behind you go, you know what? We're out.
Yeah.
So you know what? The moral of the story is you must trademark your brand. And if you're having conversation, Taheim said it best. The paper remembers what the mouth forget.
Yeah, so what we got to do is make sure ain't no Southwest, South, anything you do. You got to cover all that.
I got my certificate.
South Park is
South Park might pop up on you.
Yeah, South Park might more than
that. Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, this is Southside everywhere, so I wouldn't be surprised if everyone from Southside come up. Like, I'm from Southside of Detroit. I'm Southside, too.
That's crazy. Hey, but so I guess that's news, basically. Yeah. Empire is dealing with a lawsuit from
it is. Empire Distribution. So the moral of the story, what we're saying right here on Ice-T Final Level Podcast with Mick, Benzo, and Ice is trademark what you got. And always remember, put it in writing because the mouth will forget.
Of course.
That's right, man. And that was news. Hey, this is Ice-T Final Level Podcast number 32 with my man Taheim, producer and owner, writer of the series, soon-to-be series, Southside.
Talk about it.
And this is sports. What's cracking in sports? You smiling over there.
Sports, man. Hey, March Madness are knocking off a lot of the number one teams, man. They're balling. Like them college kids are balling like hell, bro.
Wow.
Are you into that?
Well, I was great comment on that. I'm probably going to be disappointing everyone. I'm one of the first blacks that really don't know too much about sports, but know key sports players.
Okay.
But can't tell you.
Like me.
But can't tell you what team they on unless it's a famous team, Right. So I'm sorry if I disappoint the people, man.
No, you ain't disappointed.
Everybody black. That's a stereotype.
Yeah.
Everybody black don't know everything about sports.
Exactly.
It's not, myself, I don't really follow sports that heavy. Like, I know the players. Mm-hmm. I'm happy to see my man Revis is coming back to the Jets.
That's big sports. Yeah. That's big. We're going to talk about that one.
He used to let me go to his box.
Okay.
And watch
Revis is a good dude. Guess what, though? He came back with a ring. So he's coming back with a little more demand.
And I used to watch sports based around the players, just like you. But Mickey, tell me something. What's cracking with March Madness?
Well, guess what? A lot of the first players like Villanova that I thought would win, they got bumped off. I mean, it's this crew out there, them Kentucky. They like all of them damn guys like 7'5", man. Beating up everybody, man. I don't think nobody gonna beat. They whipping everybody.
Kentucky's dope.
Oh my goodness,
Kentucky Derby.
Oh yeah, they like horses. They like horses. They fast. Yeah. It's great out there. March Madness is great this year. It's a real good thing. I mean, sometimes it beats. It beats the professional basketball in me. You know why? Because I'm fucking Knicks, and I'm going to say it, man. Worst fucking team I ever seen in my goddamn life last year and this year.
Yeah, they disappoint me.
And they hurting my man Carmelo bad, man. He busting his ass. Y'all ain't even trying to win. Now, if I was the coach and the owner, y'all motherfuckers would be playing for free the rest of the season and next season till y'all win some games. You hear that, Knicks?
Bet they'll win after that.
Well, I think college players have the eye of the tiger. I think, you're not a pro yet. You're not really getting paid yet. And, those guys that are really wanting to be pros are putting everything on the line every play.
Yeah, but once you become a pro, I'm paying money to see y'all lose, man.
Well, once you become a pro, it changes. It's a totally different game at pro level. Because you got to think of it like this. Okay, everybody that's playing in high school, some of them might be good, some of them might be all right. And then the best ones go to college. Okay, so high school, there could be just average player. Okay, now when you're in college, you got a better degree of better people, but they're coming from all over schools. But by the time you get to the pros, only a few people make it out of college. The guy you're lining up across from is badass.
Yeah.
He was the best in high school, best in college. So you aren't playing against an average person. You're playing against, I call most pro athletes freaks. You're playing against a freak, a motherfucker that can run, jump, and do things that natural people can't do.
Yeah, but how you going to be NBA and win 13 goddamn games the whole season, man?
Because everybody else in the NBA is so good.
Come on, man. The Knicks is all right, but y'all can't keep doing. Y'all hurting my feelings, man. I'm telling you, man. Y'all hurting. Yeah, so who you hurting my city.
So who's going to win March Madness? Kentucky?
Kentucky going to win that.
Okay, Kentucky, let's see what you can do.
Yeah, they got it. Watch them do it.
Let's not let them down now.
Me and Mickey went to the Kentucky Derby. Niggas be dressing fly at that motherfucker. We went to Kentucky Derby. We had on some gold and I had on some pretty ass colors.
Yeah, that shit was fly, man. It's just, and the women wear them fly ass hats, man. That shit was fly, man.
You might not think about it like that. You know, we from the hood and you say, oh, Kentucky Derby might be corny. Kentucky Derby is one of the flyest events.
I believe it.
I mean, they had cats there with straw hats, and I mean, like the players just come out on that day. It was
all
fun.
the motherfuckers out there had real cash.
Yeah,
them horse eat a lot, so you got to have a lot of money for the horse. You know what I mean?
They treated us real good. So yeah, that was sports, and we segued into the Kentucky Derby. Almost put it in the Mixtionary.
He almost got her Mixtionary.
Derby.
I need to write that down. That's in the Mixtionary dictionary.
What, Kentucky Derby? Stupid. That was sports. Yo, this is Final Level podcast number 32, and this is TV. I mean, Ty, you're gonna be a television producer, writer. Is anything on that you watch?
Well, was one show that I did really like on Showtime. Ray Donovan. I was feeling Ray Donovan. I just love his whole campaign. The way he just gets the job done.
Now I saw the promotion for what's Ray Donovan about.
He's a guy to just get it done. Whenever there's an issue, they call, yo, Ray, listen, I'm having an issue. I need you to go take care of that. Like, I'm on my way. He just rectifies all situations where you'll never have to leave from behind your desk.
He's like a fixer.
That's exactly what he is. Like cleanup man.
Kind of like Equalizer a little bit. Or more like a man for hire, whatever the problem.
Exactly.
I should be watching that show.
Yeah,
that sounds dope.
Excellent show.
Ray Donovan. Okay,
that sounds like some Kevin Hart shit, man.
Well,
That's what Kevin Hart was doing, man. They calling me fix everything, get everything together, man. Kevin Hart, man.
Well,
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, the movie. You saw the movie, man. You know about the movie. Kevin Hart. They call him as the fixer. He can fix up anything that you need to get done. He can put it together like the concierge. You know?
Yeah.
No, dummy. This is street shit.
If you gonna help everybody with laughter, you know what I mean? Why not, Kevin?
Kevin Hart ain't showing up to fix nothing. Kevin Hart,
he's still trying to get hard.
Kevin is the funniest dude.
Yo, he's funny as a motherfucker.
But Kevin don't scare nobody.
No, we know that. He's too
Kevin
short.
has to have
Come on,
gun.
not a 3'5", man.
Yeah, you
Kevin
gotta
have
laugh
a gun.
You see him.
A gun. I'm sure Kevin stays.
Hey, Kev, we ain't trying to diss you, man. We kind of like you a funny motherfucker, but you ain't stopping nothing. All right?
But
he's just funny.
No, he's
funny.
When you're Kevin Hart's side, you stay armed.
Yeah,
you have to.
He's funny.
You stay armed. I got a friend, Marco Andretti.
Right.
He went on vacation with Kevin Hart and Ludacris. They friends. They traveling, renting jets and shit, doing pimp shit. And he said that Kevin would get up in the morning, early in the morning, 10 a.m. after being partying all night, telling jokes all night, be the first one up and be in the front living room pop locking.
Wow.
Shit, he trying to stay in shape.
No. He just got energy.
He's staying in shape.
He's like we.
Yeah, he's up. He's like a little energizer buddy.
See that, Kev? You're a funny motherfucker, Kevin.
That's what's up. But that's what's on TV. We talking about Ray Donovan.
Yes.
That's the show. Coco just stepped in. Hey, Coco, what's the new show we start watching on television? We just put some in. The Last Man on Earth. Have you seen that?
I seen the trailers about it. I thought it was only one, then it became two, and then there's a three. I don't know what the fuck.
It's a funny show.
Wow.
If you Ray Donovan seems kind of hard, a little gangster. This is a show called The Last Man on Earth. It's about a dude who somehow wakes up and ain't nobody on Earth, right? So he's rolling from city to city looking for people, nothing. So now he finds him a pad. He got a pad, but the pad, since he's the last man on Earth, got like Rembrandts in it. He done jacked all kinds of stuff. He got all kinds of stuff that he done took from all over the country. Priceless art and shit. His nigga's hitting golf balls in his living room. He's doing all kinds. He's bored to death. He's doing all kinds of crazy shit. And then in the first episode, like right when he thinks he's the last man, he knocks himself out and he wakes up and there's a pretty girl looking at him.
See?
And he's like, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? And as he wakes up, he's not dreaming, but she ain't that pretty. Like her face just goes into, and it's the chick from Flight of the Conchords, the comedian.
Shit, that sound like a nigga on lockdown in the cell.
Dreaming
when lights is out. You know what I'm saying? That's how he felt.
Yeah,
lights out.
Waking up thinking it's a beautiful woman standing over him is Sally. You know, come on, wake up.
I saw that though. It looks pretty funny though. It looks funny though.
I would recommend it. I'm only recommending stuff I put in my DVR. Last Man on Earth is funny, and Ray Donovan. I'm going to check that out.
Definitely check that.
And that was TV. Hey yo, this is Final Level Podcast number 32, and this is movies. So check this out. Now that I moved into the crib, I've been loading all my DVDs. Matter of fact, I got a box downstairs for you with about 300
movies.
Man,
now I can finally watch
That's
some movies.
A lot of movies.
Hey, yo, Ty, I don't go to movies. You know why?
Why?
Too many fucking kids.
Man. I got enough.
I'd rather send the kids to the movie than me go because I got too many.
I got enough movies where you could let each one of your kids look at the movie a day and tell you which movies to watch.
Well, that's what I'm gonna need because I don't go to movies. Ty, you go to movies?
Yeah, I go to movies every now and then. Sometimes just to get away, sit in some darkness and watch a big screen.
Well, you're a movie producer and a filmmaker, so
I have to be a critic towards it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I perfect on my craft by going to the theaters.
That's how all filmmakers do. You watch other people, you get camera angles, you get ideas, you pick up styles. Mm-hmm. You like, okay, I like how Antoine Fuqua gets down. I like different people, the way they, Peckinpah, who does this and who does that, and who can make the, first thing you want to look at the director, like, man, because movies have style.
Yes.
So I'm loading all these different movies in, and I found all my karate movies and all my kung fu shit.
Oh, I love karate.
Man, I got all the, Run Shaw, deep shit. But I think I was watching last night one of my favorite, and it's a movie that continues on. And it started, the first one is a film called Shogun Assassin. And that's Lone Wolf. It's like this overweight samurai dude and cub, little baby.
Yeah.
And he pushes them around in the baby carriage. And then they got the baby carriage in Hades, baby carriage in Peril. It's just, this is like the illest shit because the dude is kind of chubby, but you can't see him.
Wow.
With the samurai, you can't see him. And like when you go see anyone out there that wants to get into heavy samurai or good shit, this is a classic. It's called Shogun Assassin. My real G's listening and go, ooh, Ice talking
Shogun
that
Assassin.
shit.
Oh, man, we forgot
The
Shaolin
nigga
versus
does it.
Lama.
But check out this ill scene. This is how he does it. In the beginning of the movie, his wife dies. So he got his baby. Now he's a killer. He's a motherfucker, the Shogun, the king is trying to kill him, So he's got all of these people coming after him. So basically, he puts the baby on the floor, puts a sword on this side, puts a ball on this side.
Wow.
Says, okay, the baby's got to crawl toward me. If he crawls at the sword, he rolls with me. If he crawls at the ball, I kill him.
I gotta see that one.
Yeah. Baby crawls at the sword. He throws the baby on his back, and it's like, okay, we out. You a killer.
I remember that.
And the little nigga, when he be saying, my dad, he talks like that. My dad has killed 560, and you're ting, 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 ting. So no, he goes 61, ting, 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 ting. 65 men. Like, he's killing. I
gotta see that
little
again.
niggas keeping tally and shit.
Yeah, I must see
Shogun Assassin.
I gotta see that again. That came out. I saw that in the movie theater, but it's been so long.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Now, you used to work in a store that sold the karate movies, right?
I worked at Donavan Veldy's. We sold all the trailers. We sold all the one sheets and the posters. That's all the trailers you used to see in the movie. Then you see those little three steels.
But I thought when you was down on
42nd Street, I worked at Victory Theater, nigga. I worked at the Pono
man.
movie, nigga.
That's when they had the TVs outside.
Yeah, I was first thing I heard. I had to quit that shit, man. Come on, man. Branch 42nd Street Theater, man. Before it became Disney World.
Oh, man.
I was down there before it was Disney World.
That's when I first seen Shaolin versus Llama outside.
Oh, see?
Standing outside looking at it.
Standing right outside watching.
Shaolin versus Llama. See, we can go in. I could go into, Sword and the Butterfly. There's a scene in Sword and the Butterfly where the motherfucker just runs right through a motherfucker. Like, the dude is standing like this, and the dude just comes and runs, and he just pops up on the other side of him. Like, he just blew through his body. Karate movies is shit.
They don't make no more of those at all.
No,
the best ones.
We should make one of those, Todd. Shit, let's bring it back.
The best ones have subtitles.
Yeah.
You got to do a ghetto movie that's so thugged out and the slang is so ill it needs subtitles.
You have to have that.
Now you were seeing one. You saw a mob movie. What was it called?
A violent year. The reason what made me really enjoy it was the fact because it's a timepiece like Southside. It's based in the 80s, and it's about an Italian guy that started up a sanitation company and how the mob how they control certain areas. But it's interesting. It's something to really watch. I was looking at the color correction of it, how they did the lighting, how they captured the actual element. That's one thing that really drew me to it right there. Because, like I was saying, Southside is a period piece, so that's what really pulled me toward it. But it's something to really watch if you're trying to look at it creatively.
You got a dog, which journey you have taken. Basically, you're self-teaching yourself, and a lot of times, like when people are trying to explain things, they reference things. So it's kind of like if I want to do a video, I'm like, I want that Once Upon a Time in America feel. Yeah. Well, now you just explained it to me. Now that director can go off, look at that film and try to bring it to you. Or I want to do like a next video I want to do for Body Count is Pray for Death. Videos are like short films, 4-minute films. Yeah. So I'm like, I want that Saw feeling or that that feeling like Hostile. And they get it. Oh, you just want it in one room, and that's how. So watching movies is very smart. And like people say, well, you biting the style. No, I'm I'm inspired.
Exactly.
And like, you don't think artists go to art galleries to look at other artists and just get vibes and pick up ideas and shit. You take that back and you make your own gumbo,
exactly.
A little bit of this.
Add your flavor to it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Spike Lee had to get his from somebody.
Of course.
Him do what he do, and now people want to mimic what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, ain't nothing new up under the sun anyway. So you're gonna sit back and learn, and like he said, inspire and create almost like a replica, but just through your vision, through your eyes.
Yeah.
That's what makes it more different. It has the originality to it, the way you actually deliver it.
Right. And try to find the people around you. We're gonna talk about it. That can bring your vision to life.
Exactly.
But so it was called A Violent Year?
A Violent Year, yes.
A Violent
Year.
That
was on Showtime?
No, it was in the theaters.
Oh, that was in the theater?
It was in the theaters.
Yeah. And if you're going to start off looking at karate movies,
right,
and you decide,
bastard,
my master.
If you decide that you would like to go and start off with samurai films,
see this. My master has killed over 65 people. Bastard, he'll pay for this.
Why? That was the Crane style.
I know him, Shang Lu.
If you're into that shit,
teacher.
Yeah.
You know, the famous word with, you killed my teacher.
Well, that's how all the beef
exactly.
That's how I know you. If you kill a nigga's teacher, it's on. There's two things that happen in the karate movies. There's two things that happen in karate movies that set shit off. One is you killed the nigga's teacher.
Yeah.
Two is you bailed up in their school and just whooped everybody's ass. And Bruce Lee used to do that. He'll show up at your school.
At your dojo.
And
I'll be there.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Beat
your
the whole
dojo. Bastard. I'll make them pay for it.
Exactly.
Damn you. Stupid. You watch a lot of that shit. This is Shogun Assassin. Start with that one and take it from there. And that was movies. Hey, yo, this is podcast number 32 with Ice-T.
And Mick Benzo.
And the one and only super producer, film giant, and soon-to-be untouchable mogul. Taheim is in the building.
Taheim.
That's right.
And all the ladies' dream.
And this is music. And the biggest news in music is it's about to happen.
Hey, it's going down, man. I mean, I don't know how many people saw the Art of Rap documentary that Ice-T truly put together just to give back to the music industry. As far as the art of rap, I'm talking about the music itself, the artists and things like that. But we came up with an idea that sometime by this summer, we're going to do some dates called the Art of Rap. And boy, do we have a bunch of artists. We're not even going to tell you all about it just as yet, but keep your eyes open and look into your city if you don't have it. Try to get the Art of Rap festival that's going to be taking place.
It's going to start in. It's going to start in
July. It's definitely
going to start in July. We're going to do Anaheim first.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do Anaheim,
and then we're going to do San Francisco,
San Fran, and Bay Area. Then we're going to slow down. We ain't going to tell y'all too much more, but it's called the Art of Rap, and we're not even going to tell you what caliber of artists are on this for you to think about it. The Art of Rap.
But it's let's take it. Let's just give them a scope.
Okay.
It goes from somebody like The Game.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To somebody like Soul Sonic Force.
And you know what? It's somebody like The Game and somebody like the Cold
Crush Brothers.
Now, that's big.
That's the span. And then you get somebody like Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To like a Rakim.
To Rakim. Exactly. So it's that type of a roster.
Ooh, it's that kind of flavor.
That's nice.
And those four names, all those four names
those are definitely on it.
Yeah.
I hope we can get Grandmaster Caz, because you know what? He actually damn near narrated that whole movie.
He did.
The Art of Rap. So I hope we can get him up at the podcast one time.
Right. We're going to get him at the podcast also. Yeah. We've had Chief Rocker Busy Bee here. He's going to host the actual Art of Rap festivals. This is all put on by Mickey Benson and Pay Up Productions. This is his promotion.
Ice-T and my man John Reese. I can't just take all that credit. Without this, it wouldn't have been done if Ice ain't give me that inspiration once again. Always pushing the person in the right direction.
And John Reese is just a guy that we met out on the Mayhem Festival, the metal tour we went on last year.
All right.
And this man knows how to do it big.
Dude, he know how to do it big. He's like, my man, he's definitely
one of the top
I call him, he's the flavor bowl. He knows what to do, man. He is the flavor bowl.
You need that person.
Yeah, so we got with him, and he was like, yo,
Sort of vision.
I like the movie, and Mickey and I said we'd love to do a tour. You know, he says, look, man, if y'all are serious, man, let's get it together and let's make it happen. And he does festivals. He doesn't do he
don't do little concerts, okay? He don't do concerts. He does festivals.
Big difference.
Yeah.
So that basically with a festival, what happens is the doors will open at 12 in the afternoon.
All day, 12 to 11. You know, not 9 to 11. That's a concert.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, so we got everything, the whole scene, breakers, all kinds of stuff, graffiti, the whole
rap,
the whole hip hop experience in one afternoon. And it's going to be very peaceful, and it's going to be very fly, and it's coming to your town not in your town yet, but it will be in California in the month of July.
We ain't going to give you the actual date, but month of July.
But put the request in, so we might come to your town. So put the request in.
If you didn't watch the documentary, and you'll understand the art of rap.
Exactly.
That's music, baby.
Yeah, for those people that haven't seen it, just go to Netflix and put in Something from Nothing, the Art of Rap, and just look at the trailer. And if the trailer doesn't excite you, then don't even waste your time looking at the movie.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's music. The Art of Rap tour will happen this summer.
We'll be coming to a city near you. The Art of Rap.
Art of Rap.
And that was music. Podcast number 32. Got my man Taheim. Taheim, you want to put your last name on Taheim?
Taheim Bryan.
Taheim Bryan.
Shit, Mr. Bryan. Mr. Bryan.
I always ask people, do you want me? Is it okay to give it the government?
He's a producer. I believe he wants his audience to know who he talking about.
Yeah, we ain't.
What his name
this old habits.
Yeah, I know. Right.
Don't call me by my government, man.
Right, that might be your nickname, Taheim. You're like, keep it at that.
Exactly.
I don't want to know people's names. That way, I'm a bad witness.
Yeah.
They can ask me all day. You can hit me to death. I don't know.
They torture me. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. I got friends right now. I remember the other day, my homeboy, Emperor. He tells me that I was sending him something, a little paper or something. And he says, I said, well, what's the bank account? Da. And then he gives me some name. I'm like, whose bank is that? I'm like, that's my bank. I'm like, that's your name? Doing 30 years, and that's your name?
I thought it was only the emperor.
Yeah, I don't know who's your. How did that become your name, nigga?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's way off from what we've been calling.
Don't even look like emperor.
No, I don't even look like the Nick. I mean, I'm just like, what the fuck?
I like that. Now that's one dude out of Los Angeles, California. I actually like.
Wow.
He's a fly, cool, and no nonsense dude, bro. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
He's cool.
He's
cool.
Top pecking
He's
order.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
That's all y'all need today. He's real cool.
Yeah. And he held Trome down when they was in the pen too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, long story short, we got Taheim Bryant
in the building.
The creator, producer, writer of a soon-to-be television series.
And we keep saying soon to be because it will be a pickup show.
Definitely. Called Southside. I mean, let me bring you up to speed. I was introduced to Taheim through Tarsha, a girl who worked on Law and Order, who used to do hair and makeup.
Oh, the makeup girl.
Hair. Tarsha. And she was a friend, and she said, she know I'm about my business. She says, I got some young brothers that really have a project that you would be interested in. They serious. They no nonsense. By her being around me for years, she's like, Ice ain't about the bullshit.
Right.
It's like I said in the others, I can't be taking meetings with everybody just to talk and there's nothing coming from it. So she said, would you be interested in meeting with him? I'm like, well, sure. They showed up at the, now who was with you that day?
My man,
So him and Un show up.
Which Un?
From out of South Jamaica, man.
Entertainment?
Unapparel. That's what he got. His clothing line.
That's entertainment, man.
Yeah.
That's man.
Yeah.
Nigga up there, NBA things and all that.
Yeah, ran with Chaz and the
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good
Mickey.
Dude.
So
good dude.
Look,
he
loves to be able to know a nigga.
I'm saying if you'd have told me that, I'd tell you it was real from the opening gate.
Okay. So him and Un show up. And basically 110% professional and broke this thing down. They say, Ice, we got the show Southside. We just looking for a little guidance, a little understanding. I said, what you got? They like, we shot this. And it was shot. I mean, it was professional. They got Method Man up in there. Now name off who else is in there. You got Method Man. You have Tretch.
You got Kimani Marley, Bob Marley's son. You got Jade that played in Belly. Storm Pete from Out of Cookout. And we got a few treats.
So you truly got a good cast. That's what you're saying, bro.
But he did it himself.
Exactly.
I thought you had like Larry and Joe and Curtis. You got some real shit, man.
Exactly.
So I set up with these cats and basically realized, okay, this is the truth. This is what you want when somebody's coming to you with a real story, real honesty. And we became friends. And for the past year, we've been trying to, poly and get this thing in position to be put out there. But break down the people a little bit about yourself and your history.
All right, well, my name's Taheim Bryant. I'm no different to many other black people. Came from a struggling household, raised by a single parent, fought through adversity, same similarities as a lot of other black people, real intricate, complex, did prison time, state and federal, you know what I'm saying? So
Can we say what for?
Yeah, I did a federal bid for a handgun. It was what they call a 1-count Pimentel, and that's what it is when you catch a case. You have no co-defendants, and you just have that one charge. And
now, why was it federal for a handgun?
What happened was I beat them in the state, and they got this thing called the silver platter doctrine. After you beat them in the state, they just hand it over.
Yeah, they pick it up.
Silver
platter doctrine.
How long was that?
This was about 8 years ago now.
Yeah, but we just got the law in New York where you get a mandatory. Yeah, I'm saying,
it all depends on what type of officers lock you up. You know what I mean? You got anti-crime.
Okay.
You got regular narcotic cops. Then you got ATF. You know what I mean? So it depends.
I mean, listen, that's what the listener need to know.
Yeah, it depends who arrests you. You know what I mean? Before it could become federal. Or if the state they feel that you get more time in the feds, then they'll hand it over to the feds because they know you ain't gonna get no time in the state. And I fell up under that. I was charged with 922G, and that's a felon in possession of a firearm.
Okay.
And,
now here's a question I always ask people: why were you carrying a gun?
Or lifestyle.
That was your lifestyle.
Exactly, lifestyle. It was no different putting my belt on.
Right.
Like I carried the gun so much that it was like.
I didn't even know it was there, bro. But I call that a survival kit in New York City. This is the only thing we have as a survivor.
Well, you know,
no. Let me just finish. We grew up on this kind of mentality, so we figure we better get caught with it than without it.
Correct.
Especially in certain neighborhoods where we come up at. And New York City is really, really, really difficult. It's difficult
you
all
are
over.
singing to the motherfucking choir. I'm from
Yeah, I
LA.
know, but I'm
Nigga,
saying not
guns
for
are
you.
legal.
We're talking to
Guns are
our
legal
audience,
where I'm
but
from.
We're talking to our audience.
But I'm telling you,
they don't know that.
No, but listen to me, right? This is why I say it. You know, who am I to judge, nigga? I was carrying guns sitting in classrooms.
Exactly.
Okay, so
True.
It's LA. Everybody had a gun. It's the Wild Wild West. It's legal. The gun charges are real weak out there. You could beat it. You know, out here it is illegal.
It's
to have
illegal
to have a gun. Period. So my thing is like my daughter. At one time, she had a boyfriend, and they get rolled up, and he hands off his gun to her.
Yeah.
And you know, I told her, look, da-da-da-da-da. You know, she ended up getting away with it. Basically said, I just met him and da-da-da. And he ended up taking the gun. But I questioned her. I'm like, why was he carrying a gun? If he's carrying a gun, he must feel he's under some stress and he's living some kind of way. This is what I'm saying. If you live in that kind of life,
Correct.
then you need to carry it. Yeah. And I told her as a father, I'm like, well, the problem is if you got a boyfriend that's carrying a gun, that means he's probably got people out to kill him. And if I'm coming for him, I just as soon kill you. So you need to understand that if you can't, you're dealing with a boy and girls out there, if your boyfriend got a gun, you could get it.
Yeah.
You could get it because it ain't going to be like they going to stop shooting when he's dead.
No, it's just hers. It's cocaine.
Just got to knock out the witness. So there was a point in my life when I stopped carrying, right? I mean, we ain't armed today.
Exactly.
You know, so at that time in your life, you was just knee deep in the streets.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
And like I said, the feds, they got think of civil platter doctrine where they handed it over to the feds. So I fought as much as I can and took it to gave me the high end. It was going to be 5 years, but then I had to do the PSI. That's called the pre-sentence investigation. Dropped it down, and I wound up getting 3 years for the gun. And
Wow.
And then came home, you know, and
just for possession.
Just for possession.
You could rob a store and get 2 years, but just having the gun and not doing nothing with it, you got 3 years.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's a lot of time for it.
Yeah,
your son just beat a gun charge.
Yeah, for sure. And that was a good look. Once again,
he's lucky.
Through the help of a good lawyer. You know, you get one of them good ones. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, you know, possession is 9 tenths of the law. They got so many different kinds of possessions now. They got knowingly possession. You know, they got temporary possession. I mean, you touched it for a little while, then put it down. So you get just as much time as anyone else that's actually carrying it.
Crazy.
Okay, so you in the pen. You doing 3 years. What's happening with you in there?
What's going on in your mind?
Yeah, in your mind.
Oh, well, you know, when you
come home and pick up another gun, that's what you thinking?
Nah, well, you know, I wasn't never thinking about just come on and pick up a gun, you know what I mean? But I'm going to always stand on equal ground if my life is at stake, and I got to be honest with you.
But you picked up a camera.
Of course I did. That became my weapon.
There it is.
So was that where the idea came while you were doing time?
Exactly. Because when you in the feds, you're around so many different great minds. It ain't like when you're doing state time, you're around nothing but animals and wolves. And in the feds, you're dealing with a lot of pros that went down based on their friend may have told on them because they did something wrong. So that's the real difference. You got into a lot of real good dudes up in there. And the courses that are being taught you in a federal situation is prisoners. So you learn how to import, export. You learn how to do so many different things in the feds from prisons. Prison is actually educating you. So you take their courses. So that's when I started seeing things a little more differently. And you got dudes that copped out 20, 30 years, dudes that got life in prison and they 17, 18 years old for just possession. You know what I mean? Not one bit of violence on their records whatsoever. So when you sit and you travel in the yard, what you mean by walking, and y'all talking about certain things in life, and you say, when you go home and they sit there and say, well, I don't. It affects you a lot. You be like, wow, you don't even know how to really respond to that. They be like, nah, but you going home. You gonna be my eyes and ears back to the street. You got to stay home. You know what I mean? And continue fighting for the people that's in here. You know, so it educated me a lot and made me really want to create change. Because at one time I was afraid of change. I always thought change would kill you. But then I noticed that when you don't change, that's what's really going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? So change
preach.
Yeah, so change is really inevitable. You know what I mean?
I call it, you know what I call it, Ty? I call it embrace your evolution. Like we evolve and, you know, it might be an age thing, but really truthfully, you keep getting better.
Yes.
hopefully you keep getting better. Like I'm the best Ice-T that ever fucking walked right now because I'm at my full power.
Oh, for
you see,
sure. Yeah.
but that's because you have to embrace every moment of life as a learning experience.
You know, when I'm listening to you, right, Ty, when I'm listening to what you're saying, you was in federal penitentiary and you actually got rehabilitated being in there. Some don't get rehabilitated by you listening to the, not jailhouse story, but listening to the brothers that's in those courtyards on that walk. You said, I don't want to come back here, man. My 3 years is really long enough. And he ain't never coming home. You decided at that point when you come home, you're going to find a different way of life. And this way you can always come back to them because they're going to still be in there. And some of them, you probably give them the motherfucking
I met
kites.
some of his homies when I was in Sing Sing.
Correct.
When I just recently went up to Sing Sing, I go up there and do talks and motivational speeches and stuff. Actually you can put in Google right now, you could put Ice-T Sing Sing talk and see one.
I saw it too.
The TED talk.
Yeah.
And I met with some of his people.
Yeah.
I met some of your people in there,
I mean,
Mickey.
I got a few friends. Now, there's a few friends still in there. But like I said, I love this story here, especially for our podcast listeners, because we try to educate them and give them jokes and reality.
Yeah.
You give them reality. You went to jail for 3 damn years and decided that's not where you going back at.
So you did you make the plan to try to make the film in jail?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, my vision really started first because I did state and federal. So my last term was the federal bit. That's what kind of like really woke me up because we as men don't do things that we really can't handle our consequences. And
So you did 2 separate bids.
I did 3. I did 3 bids. I did 2 state bids, 1 federal bid.
Oh, you a jail nigga. They can't tell him nothing. That's your next story. Next film is Inside.
Exactly. I was gone during 9/11. So
okay.
I witnessed what was really going on an inside perspective as how it affected America when the World Trade Center went down. So I was gone during that time, witnessing a lot of different Arabs coming through the system and seeing how it shook everything up at that particular moment. But back to Southside and I developed my skill after doing my state bid and learn how to write in a final draft format, which is a screenplay format.
Right. Which now what it is, final draft is a application. Anyone can get on their computers. You can buy it.
Correct.
And it'll teach you how to write a script. People always say, I want to write a script. It doesn't take long to learn, and it'll do stage direction, and it's very easy. I've used Final Draft to write a script. And anybody who thinks they want to write a script, get this. Okay, so you got the final draft.
Exactly. And let me tell you how I was introduced to Final Draft was through John Rifkin, Steve Rifkin, brother from Live Records. Shout out to
another one, my lord. That's the brainiac. John Rifkin's the brainiac.
Yeah,
you know that, right? Very quiet brain. That's John. That's my boy. That's Johnny. That's Johnny. That's my man. I fuck with John Rifkin. Steve's my man.
Too.
Steve, my man, but Johnny is the brainiac.
John. Shout out to the whole Live Records alumni. You know what I mean?
Oh, the whole Rifkin family.
Of course,
of
course.
And my man, rest in peace, Julian Rifkin. They died. That was my dude.
Yes, they were good people. I worked with them.
No.
Of course.
Real Fat Joe for me. I mean, Big Pun,
Yeah, real good people.
John was my man. John Rifkin, Mick Benzo, what's up, baby?
Yeah, so once I learned the format and because I was always a visionary mentally, you know what I mean? So if I listen to music, if I can't envision the actual what's going on in the music, then I really didn't like the song. So I started writing first as a book. But it would never end. It was my escape because that's why I got on my neck mentally free because that was the way it kept me out by just continuously writing. But it was endless. You know what I'm saying? So being around so many different brothers that got so much time, I said, I'm gonna create a whole different avenue and where film can hire so many different people as opposed to being a rapper because not everyone can spit 16 bars. But a lot of people got the potential to have a great marriage in front of a camera that can act and play different positions. So that's what made me really want to focus hard into the visual world and in the film business. And that's what developed, Southside. I come from
Okay. And the only reason I'm stopping you is because people got to take this shit in short doses.
Okay.
Right?
You can't teach them 12 years of goddamn experience in one damn podcast.
So it starts like this. You in the streets. I break it down. We're
Okay.
going to take it. You in the streets. We making mistakes, right? We learn from the mistakes. Yes. We come out. So you know what? I'm not trying to be no rapper, but I've been writing these books and maybe I can take this in the direction of film.
Correct.
Okay. This is going to be my new hustle. This is also my escape. I'll be mentally free, and I got something to say, and I'm a visionary. Okay, now you touch down. You're back on the bricks. What's your moves toward making this into reality?
Well, the first thing, you got to regain reality back into society, and I had to get a job. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I wound up doing a construction job just to keep me grounded and maintain my bills, because you're going to come to that fork in the road after doing prison time, especially if you don't touch money and now it's gone. You know what I mean? So you come to that fork in the road where you got to make a decision. Do I continue working, or do I decide to take that same route that took me away from my loved ones the last time? You know what I mean? So I stuck with the construction for a little while, just enough to get my paper up. And then I would try to have certain meetings but you hear so many no's in life, like, I like that. Nah, you hear so many. So I say, something, I'm looking real nice. I said, let me invest in myself. That's one thing people are going to say, like, yo, nigga, you drive and you look nice. Why you don't spend your own money unless you don't believe into your project?
Real talk.
So I said, so let me start putting $1 away towards this. Because, I come up where you had to put $1 away for attorneys when you was in them streets. So let me put $1 away towards my dream. And that's what I did. Before you know it, Southside was developed. And I reached out to certain people who I didn't know, affiliates that I knew them. And here we are with something big right now, history in the making.
So you wrote it on Final Draft.
Correct.
You had the idea. You used your connections to connect to the different artists.
Correct.
And just like one of your connections connected to me.
Correct.
You in the street with a camera crew.
Yeah.
How do you? This is blowing my mind, Mick.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You got a camera crew. This is the part where I get. This is the part that impressed me. The script. That's a piece of paper. You can hand that to me.
Correct.
Cool.
But to go out, me and Mickey made a movie. We know when you start hitting the streets with camera crews, now you're making a movie. So you hit the street with a camera crew. You're the writer, you're the director, you're handing the scripts over to people. You're saying, this is what did the guys just respect you?
Well, I come with a certain level of respect due to the lifestyle that I come from. So they knew if I said I'm gonna do something, they was gonna take me serious because you got your sayers and you got your doers. You know what I mean? And I'm one that's gonna make it happen. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? It may take time, but trust me, it will come into fruition.
Right.
And so what it is, I reached out to my man Cliff Bell. He also does a lot of videos.
Yeah.
And told him about my project. And say, yo, listen, I want to bring this into a reality.
Shout out to Cliff Bell.
Exactly. And the whole Ghetto Nerd family, you know what I mean? So he said, yo, let's sit down and we meet. And we vibed and wanted to talk a little more about it. And one thing about when I start talking about the project, I can get extremely hyped because I come from a hype era, you know what I mean, which is the 80s. I come from where the morale was at its all-time high. Loyalty was a must, you know what I mean? If you didn't have loyalty, then your empire would fold. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it went. So when I started speaking about it, I was able to take them to the 80s, the way I was addressing the situation. So they was like, yo, listen, yo, we want to act on this. So when you ready to start, I'm ready to pick a date now. That's how serious I am with this. And it showed me how the machine operated, how you got to buy permits, how you can steal shots where you don't have to buy permits.
Now, just break it. This is the part that I want you to build on because this is stuff that people just have in their brain. You just shoot a movie. So what was some of the obstacles? What stuff started to happen? What was the things you learned that you weren't aware of?
Well, one thing, like I said, locking down streets on permits. I thought you could just bring a camera outside and start filming to the police, pull up one and say, yo, do you got permits? They say, I live here. Well, I don't need a permit to live here. It's my address. You know what I mean? But you do need a permit. So I had to take out insurance because when you have people that's worth you, if they get hurt, they need that type of insurance or they're just going to sue you. So I had to take out $1 million insurance. What would it cost? $150 to do $1 million insurance. Some people think when you have $1 million insurance, it costs $1 million to actually purchase it, but it really doesn't.
But you know what? Little things like that, these is jewels. Little things like that is what keep people out of the game.
Of course.
They're like, I can't do it. I need $1 million worth of insurance.
Yeah.
Nigga, $1 million worth of insurance costs $150.
That's
Well,
it.
as you say before you go on, insurance is important in music industry because, producers can get insured through Allstate. Writers can get insured through Allstate. So when people are being sued for using someone else's music as a producer, if their management was smart, they would do exactly what you said. Go get a policy. Most of the major big artists, like a Michael Jackson, he had insurance in case they tried to sue him for using a production or music. So producing is good. Even a DJ can get insurance.
Yeah.
An MC can get insurance.
Dude, I have insurance. Every time we leave on the road, I have to pay. Y'all don't know, but I end up having to pay a certain amount of money to an insurance company. We have a tour coming up in Europe. I just paid for an insurance policy. Okay. Just in case, like you say, somebody might get pushed off the stage, or somebody could say, I threw the mic and hit him in the eye, or somebody can lie.
Yeah.
Can lie.
Especially when they hear you got that type of insurance, they could just fall and say, yo,
they can try it, but the insurance companies don't pay easy. So anyway, now, you know, you're in the streets. I'm fucking impressed because I know how hard this is to do. And you shooting your show and you say, okay, this is what I got. This is what I can afford. And then where are you?
We building the team right now. You know, we got to get sound guys. You know what I mean? I didn't know you had so many different departments. You know what I mean? I thought when you see it, it's like, wow, like guy with a camera, got a microphone, and then we make it happen. But found out that it's not. You got to actually have a boom for the sound. You know what I'm saying? And the lighting has to be right. You don't want to get too many lights. You know what I mean? Because you want to keep it as gritty. Then they got wireless mics, which I wasn't in tune with a lot of that either. So I'm actually witnessing how the machine is really operating. You know what I mean? So I'm on hand learning as a student still. Never went to school for it.
You're finding out a lot of people think this is simple, and you realize there's a lot of moving parts and all that. So you get it, you edit it, and you're sitting around, you're saying, okay, now my next step is I need to get more. Now I got to get this thing out here. Exactly. And I think kind of like that's when I kind of stepped into the picture.
Correct.
And Tasha said, hey, you know, can I take the meeting? Took the meeting. You came over to my house just like today.
Correct.
You was like, Ice, anything you can do to help, you know, look at this. Tell me what you think. And, you know, me, I don't believe that a lie ain't going to help nothing. You got to be raw because the people you're dealing with in this business is raw. They don't give a fuck. You know, so, you know, I'm not going to tell nobody what they need to hear. I'm going to say not what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. So I looked at the shit. I said, yo, this is very, very impressive, but we need a hell of a trailer.
Yeah.
We need a new trailer because he had a lot of footage, but you have to look at a movie trailer. Sometimes a movie trailer is way better than a movie.
Correct.
That's what sells the movie.
Yeah. So what happened with that? So he listens.
Okay.
And
you go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, because like you said, you stated to me, you was like, listen, you need to combine all your footage together and bring it back to me. So that's what like you said, I do listen. I'm very attentive, and I combine both of the footages that I did, and got them cut open again by a guy named Will Jerfin out of Maverick. He got a company called Maverick from out of London.
He had to hire an editor to edit this.
He found somebody. This is what he does. You give him some game. He went off and found some people, a professional trailer company.
Exactly, out in London. Exactly, right online.
Wait, ain't you from Queens?
From Queens,
New York.
But you know, that's
all the way to London.
That's
baby.
the beauty about the internet. You know what I mean? How you can travel the world while standing in one place. So, found a company called Maverick. Shout out to Will Jeff for creating such a great trailer for me. And that's when I basically submitted it back to Ice, and you put the ending titles on it, your vocals on it.
Yeah. So now we got the trailer. We put the little vocal thing together. So now we in the process of shopping it. I say, you know, talk to my manager George.
Correct.
He's in the business, and he had just gone through a whole thing about handing a project he had out to somebody. They held it for a year, didn't do nothing with it, and he thought it was going to get greenlit and stuff. So he gave you some more hard truths to the game. Because that's the thing. It's like, if you're going to win, it's like, yo, why not us tell you? Then you go walk in that office and get shut down.
Exactly. So,
you know, George gave you some more game, which you followed through on. And at this point right now, I mean, what stage is Southside? It's ready to go. We need somebody.
Yeah, we ready to go. The first season is written. You know, we got a star-studded cast. I wrote the whole first season. I got the first 9 seasons drawn out, how I want each season to go. So it's just landing in the right home right now, you know. That's where we at with it.
And right now with the success of Empire coming through, you know, television like fucking Godzilla, and just walking, doing 20 million viewers, over 20 million viewers. You know, the whole theory of an urban television show not being able to work. Now, that was one thing when he got with me. I said, well, is this a movie or TV? I said, you know, a movie, it sells once. Television, it goes on and on and on and on. And, you know, right now
Well,
with
I
Amazon.
guess, listen, there's two good movies. I mean, two good television shows that's actually showing that urban films do work again. 50 Cent,
Power.
as well as Empire.
Correct.
So the market is, like I said, the market is starting to open up a little bit more and more. And your story, once they see it, they're gonna get it themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I mean, for what we seen, this shit is hot anyway.
It's hot. And you know, right now, all these urban stories need to be told. Just like hip hop kind of opened the ears to this stuff, now it's time for the stories to be seen visually. And, you know, I think that with the opening of Amazon needing programming, YouTube, all these different people are opening Netflix. There's more networks. There's more vehicles
Yeah, that's opening up.
for this to come out. So if anybody's out there that's in the business that want to get a quick look on a hot project that we got, motherfucker, Southside is up and ready to go, and we got stars online. And, you know, this first time I've spoken on it because I always keep shit under I play my cards close to my vest.
Correct.
I kind of like to wait and let shit come out on motherfuckers.
Definitely.
Me and Coco got shit going that nobody don't know. It'll pop up on TV. They be like, you motherfuckers, how did that happen?
It's back again.
But a lot of times if you speak too soon about shit, you jinx it.
Yes.
But we feel right now it's time to talk about this project, Southside. It is gonna happen. And I got to take my hat off to you, Taheim, just for doing it by yourself.
Thank you.
And following through. Basically,
Of
the
course.
follow through is the most important part. Like you said, you
Of
did some
course it
things
is.
outside of New York, not just New York. You went all the way to London to find an editor to do it right instead of calling Larry and let him fuck it up like it's a YouTube.
Of course,
motherfucking
exactly.
shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just inspirational, man. When I see hustlers and people, you know, that come out of the street and just basically make a change and start making moves, man, in this direction. Now, you know, a year from now, when you get in the Emmys and all that, people call you an overnight success.
Yeah, but it don't be
It's a
overnight.
It's a fucking struggle.
Yeah, it's never
And you're a
overnight
boss.
thing.
You put your own money up.
Exactly.
That makes you a boss.
Exactly.
No, he's definitely a
Exactly.
boss. He's one of them niggas like, you know, I always say, you know, you tell certain people you'll be here at this time. Like if you say be here at 2, he here at 1:58.
Exactly.
This is the kind of person he is. Like
prompt, baby.
he's about
Yeah.
it.
Prompt,
Yeah.
baby.
I would,
Prompt.
yeah, because you know when you on time, you late. When you early, you on time. You know what I mean?
You know the
And I
goddamn
feel-
rule is be early, so that means hurry up and wait. Yo, you got a 9 o'clock meeting.
Yeah.
You get there at 8:59. They don't see you to 10 o'clock anyway. But it's hurry up and wait.
No,
That's
but
what
here's
it
the
is.
rule, nigga. Never make the person that you need something wait.
Exactly.
So if I'm coming to meet you and I need your money, there's no fucking way you should be waiting. If you need a ride from me, there's no fucking way I should be waiting on you, nigga.
yeah, we
You
get
the
it.
one that's
Enough
supposed to
of
be
that
here
shit.
first. That's
Yeah.
just the rule. When you walk into a company and you need something from them, be
I
early.
just said it's hurry up and wait.
No,
baby.
you said
Get
some
on
old
time.
ass
Get up here on
shit.
time and hurry up and wait, nigga.
Nigga, whether you
That's
gotta
what
wait,
it is,
nigga,
man.
if you gotta wait an hour to get this money, then you wait.
It's
nigga.
hurry up and wait. Be
That's
here on
it.
time, though.
Don't listen to Mickey with his monkey ass shit. He gonna have you fucking losing.
Yeah.
Taim knows the goddamn game.
Of
man.
course.
This motherfucker, man. We not bullshit. Hey, but look.
Let me let the people know also where they can even
Oh,
find
no,
it.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
let's
no,
build,
we're gonna
niggas.
do that.
Build.
We're gonna
No,
do
go
that.
down. What's up?
You gotta if you want to look at it, check it out. Go to SouthsideTheSeries.com.
What is it again? Say it again, because my listeners are slow sometimes.
SouthsideTheSeries.com.
All right.
If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at Southside Series. If you want to hit us on the gram, Southside Original Series. You know, it's a movement. You could type in "We Bringing '88 Back." That's going to pull the trailer up. You know, you could pull in Southside Taheim Bryant. Just make sure you support the movement. It's a golden era coming to television, something that's never been done before, something that's going to educate the youth because we're dealing with a generation that's on the here and now tip. So, like when I came up, I'm more like, if you're going to smoke weed, you ain't going to smoke weed outside in the streets. You're going to smoke weed in the house. You ain't going to have them people think I don't know how to raise my kids. So, it ain't no different in the game. you may not want your kids involved in the game. And if you don't educate them, they're going to wind up in the hand of the opposition. So it's like if they're going to be in the game, at least educate them and show them how to go about being in the game and show them that to create an escape route while you're in it. Don't just think it's going to last forever because there's going to always be an ending forward. It's going to be prison or death. It's inevitable. There's no way you're going to dodge that bullet right there. Great people failed that thought they couldn't do it. Just focus, you know what I mean?
The winner loses at some point. Yeah, you will run into the odds. The odds will catch up with you. Of course. They're the odds because they're the motherfucking odds.
Of course.
And it's going to catch up with you. Hey, Taheim, we're going to finish off the podcast, man, but we just happy to have you here. You very motivating to me. Whenever I meet Ty, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. I meet so many niggas that ain't really doing it right, man. Wow. That are trying and full of it.
They try too hard, man.
Well, they think they.
Let's get it going, man.
Let's get it going.
Let's get it going, man. Like you did. I'm saying you went from step A to step B and took advice.
Exactly.
That's what's wrong with a lot of people. Man, fuck that. I don't care about it. I know what I'm doing. If you know what you're doing, you'd have been done it already.
The beauty of this, what I always love is when Taheim, which is inevitable, is the super producer, the boss, and all that, and he's making his TV shows, and he's on his third or fourth program. Some youngster's gonna walk in and come talking out the side of his mouth like it's easy, and Ty's gonna look at him like, nigga, do you understand? I work construction. I've been to the pen. I've done all these things to get where I am today. That's how I am with people when they come to me with that easy shit. I'm like, man, this is not easy, man.
It ain't easy.
You have to suffer for this. Hey, Taim, we gonna keep it moving. Final Level Podcast number 32 with Taim Bryant, soon to be supernatural mogul of all film and television. Basically the next, Steven Spielberg.
The Black Spielberg. The Black Spielberg.
Taking it. I'm glad to have him on my team, man. I want to be on his team. We doing things together.
I'm waiting for him to give me a goddamn part. Mick Benzo gonna need a part in that ice. You ain't gonna be the only motherfucker being in that. They got Tretch in there.
But you're not an actor, Mickey.
Shit, I act now. The fuck am I doing now? Is this real or acting?
That's real.
Yeah, that's real.
That's real. You say you real too much. Everyone, I'm real. Now you want to act. Yeah. You got to figure out, do you want to be real or you want to act? As soon as but anyway,
right.
This segment is one of the favorites on the show. It's called "I'm Not a Hater, but I Hate Shit."
Yeah.
And we already know that hating is just being envious and jealous of people, but this shit that pisses people the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so since you're our guest here, you're not a hater, but what do you hate?
I hate imaginary players.
That's
what I hate.
Imaginary players.
You talking about the one who made $1 million? He made $1 million and he still got, one fucking bicycle, but he's a player.
One I would go back and say, I got bathed by one of the In Vogue women, them type dudes that just be lying, man. Like, it's where you just stop it, man.
It's funny, though, because the two street cats we've had up here, we had G Money recently.
Yeah, G Money.
And his problem was very similar. He just hated liars. An imaginary player is pretty much a bona fide liar.
Of course he is.
And I always wondered, like, how could you lie when your friends know the truth?
Mm-hmm.
So when I know you, but I see you on Instagram standing in front of a Bugatti.
Yeah.
And I know you ain't got no Bugatti, but you saying, my shit I just copped. How do your friends feel about that? Like niggas that really know you, like, do they check you behind
shit?
It
make you wonder because they lie so much. You start believing a lie after a while.
Nah.
Like, God damn, like, yo, nigga, did you really buy that shit?
Nah.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of them out there, man. I ran into some this weekend. I ain't gonna say no name, man. Just making up a whole bunch of stories and wanting people to believe that monkey shit. I'm like, come on, bro. Stop,
I got this one dude. He had a red Acura. It was nice and shiny, and so man was like, yo, let me hold that. He was like, yo, you got to see the white one. Turn around. He done got locked up for stolen cars.
Oh, he wasn't imaginary. He did have a car. They just wasn't his.
But he thought he bought it.
Yeah, he did. Shit, he took his time and went and got it.
He had a car so long, man, he think you bought it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But one thing I know about the streets is you can pump your reputation up from lying so much that now you have to try to match the lie. And that will send you to jail. So you've kind of gassed up the world to believe this. Now you feel you have to really live it out, and there's no way you can do it. I remember when I first got with my wife, one of my first comments to her was, I don't have as much money as you might think I have. I'm like, you a white girl with big titties Basically, you the skeleton gay. Excuse me. I said, you a white girl with big titties. Basically, you the skeleton key to the game. If you want to go on the Upper East Side and hit rich white men, you got the tools to do that. Don't fuck with no rapper.
Yeah.
I'm just a rapper.
Yeah.
You know, and if you got goals of having, you know, mansions and villas in Italy, I might not be able to pull that off. Fuck with me if you just really want to fuck with a nigga that's a live nigga, you know, and want to hustle together. But I'm not going to lie to you like I'm going to be able to pull off something. I'll lie to you if I'm just trying to fuck.
Yeah.
You know, because I only got to sustain that lie for a short period of time.
Exactly.
But, you know, niggas listen. I mean, even with your friends, like when you got a close friend and then you hear he been telling some bullshit lies and you know it's true, it make you feel some kind of way. Like, damn, a man said that? Really? Why did he do that?
Yeah.
Why does he do that? You might not pluck his card right then, but I might say, yo, Taheim, man, you know, I met your man such and such. He said he owns this, that, and the other. You might not say it to me, but you like, in your mind, like, that nigga don't own that club.
Yeah.
Why did he say that? It's lying has a lot to do with insecurity. People that really aren't happy with their life make up a life. They make up a life. People that are happy.
Well, there should be a movie for them.
I always tell people, I don't got to lie because the truth is too fascinating. I could tell you true stories and have you just fascinated.
Yeah.
And sometimes the stories are so outrageous, you almost need a cosigner. You like, I can't tell. If I'm telling you a story about me and Grandmaster Kaz, I need Kaz there because the shit is outrageous and you ain't going to believe it.
I'm glad you said Grandmaster Kaz. We might be able to get him up here. He calling too, man. He called
that'd be crazy.
Come through.
Well, Kaz has been like one of the main fundamental people in my career.
This is podcast 32. You think
so we got to get him for
33?
We got to get him for next one. We could call him up.
That'd be good.
He's one of them kind of niggas. You call Kaz, he pop up like you shoot the bat light up.
Yeah, definitely.
Nigga just pop up. Like, what's up? What's up? We got beef. What's happening?
Yeah,
that's that
know.
kind of nigga.
Yeah.
You know, but
at 88, that's at 88 type. No, I'm a Southside type.
I hate imaginary niggas. I hate any. I hate motherfucker. I hate a lot of shit. I just hate. But I mean, I'm not a hater. But I think the basis of being fake and lying and
they call to get plucked too soon.
We used to say now they say if you want anything you want, just put it in your bio.
Yeah.
You know, you won't say you from LA and you was the leader of the Crips. Just put it in your bio.
Yeah.
Somebody reads
will believe it.
Think they won't?
They just believe it because they don't think people can lie. But Hitler used to say that people will believe a big lie quicker than a small lie. That's a heavy comment. In other words, like if you late and you coming home to your wife, instead of saying I had a flat tire, say a fucking airplane landed on the George Washington Bridge. You didn't see that? Her brain will say you couldn't made that shit up. Yeah. It's so big. So that's a very interesting concept. Motherfuckers will leave a big lie quicker than a small lie. So niggas are running with that.
Well,
only time they need to lie is in front of the goddamn court, baby.
Yeah, well, you know Scarface said it real good. I tell the truth even when I lie.
Yeah, but do that when you're getting locked up. Don't tell your friends that bullshit that you know you ain't been doing and you ain't done and you ain't never gonna do.
Yeah,
you know.
I agree with you. I mean, we not a hater, but we hate imaginary players.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just came up with the shit. Watched the movie. I'm like, damn, that story you just told matches a movie I just seen. I saw this. Oh, you saw that movie, son? Yeah. Well, you know, it kind of happened like. Nigga, you watch John Wick too, nigga. I know exactly where you got that story from, you lying ass motherfucker. Okay. And that was, I'm not a hater, but I hate shit. Okay, we on Final Level Podcast number 32, and this is the final segment, and this is philosophy. Philosophy segment comes from Ice-T's Twitter page, Final Level, and I do this thing called the Daily Game. And in the Daily Game, I try to drop a jewel or two, you know what I'm saying, to make motherfuckers, you know, like people taught me the game. And I figure that's what a real player wants to do, is always share game, you know. And, you know, one of my favorite quotes, this is not today's Daily Game, but one of my favorite quotes coming from my pimp buddies. He said, man, if it feels like you're going in circles, it's It's probably because you're cutting corners, man. So, now that's some good game right there. You dig? Yeah. You got to take time and make it around the damn squares. Don't cut corners. You're not going to make it. But today's daily game is what we were talking about earlier. Everyone will make mistakes and fuck up.
Of course.
The question is, do you learn from them or repeat? That's the question. So how you feel about that daily game?
It should learn from it. It should learn from the mistakes because mistakes will happen. No one is perfect. But if you do it over and over again, you're just a silly ass.
Yeah, we used to call it a fool with a prior.
Yeah.
The first mistake, we give it to you. But now you got a prior conviction of being a motherfucking fool. Exactly. So the second time, you ain't getting that pass, because we let you know you fucked up.
Yeah.
We got at you about it. So the second time, nigga, you didn't even register the fuck up. So
sometimes it takes 3. No. Todd just said it, man. He did 3. He had to learn on 3.
3 is pushing it.
He had to learn on 3.
The third one usually
he's going to become that producer. Am I correct, sir?
But Mickey, the third one you might not live through.
Exactly. I was fortunate.
Yeah, you were lucky.
I was fortunate.
Now you back on the scene doing the right thing. Some people
telling that story from behind the wall right now.
Yeah. In LA, you only get 2 strikes. The third one is forever.
Yeah. So it's like that here too, but it has to be 3 of the same. Yeah. So you gotta have 3 violence, and then you won't see the streets no more.
Listen, man. Learn from your mistakes, man. When you fuck up and you acknowledge. See, the reason people don't learn from their mistakes is they don't accept the mistake.
That's the key word. Yeah, accept it.
Accept the mistake. I don't care whether you fucking up with your girl. I don't care what you fucking up with. If you fucking up with your people, sit up and say, man, I fucked that up and I can't let that happen again. And here's another jewel. Usually the last person people blame things on is themselves.
Yeah.
That's why they have a mirror. Look at yourself.
They'll always find another reason that something else happened. They'll make up a bunch of excuses. Sometimes just say, man, I let that happen.
Exactly.
Man. I let that happen. So now I can't let that happen again. And that's how I'm going to be able to move forward. If you deny it, you ain't going to learn the lesson because you're going to put it off on somebody else.
Yeah.
So you have to accept it. You got to say, this is wrong. And we're all capable of it. The beginning of the daily game is we're all capable of doing some foul shit and doing some fucked up shit and making some severe mistakes.
Correct.
But
choices.
Now, once you know it's bad or wrong, will you do it again? I also have another jewel. I used to say God, and I'm not a religious person, but I just say whoever's out there, karma looks out for fools and children. A lot of the shit I got away with, it was just because I was a fool.
It was foolish, yeah. Babies and fools, baby.
I was a fool. Yeah. Now, once you know the magnitude of the drama that you're in, once you know it and you do it, I don't think you get that pass. You feel me?
Of course I do. You're right.
Like you got blessed, Taheim. You're in a great position. Look at yourself now from when you was stuck behind the walls. You're in a great position. So before you take a risk, your brain has to say, hell no.
Yeah. Because I sat back and had to reevaluate, like they say in the art of war, calculate your expenses before you go to war. And pause. Calculate your expenses
before you go to war.
So a lot of
that's a jewel.
You've been dropping some
do you understand?
Shit,
do you understand what? I like to break this. Calculate your expenses before you go to war. I've done that so many times. It's like, we could go to beef with this particular situation, but what's it going to cost you?
Exactly.
Is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Every time, sometimes you like, you know what? We got to let this war go by because maybe it's the casualties. I remember one time niggas stole my lowrider. I had a nice 6.4 and I had a homie named Doobie who was fixing it. And in LA, we chromed the chassis and shit, but he's rolling through his neighborhoods, hitting switches and shit, and got the niggas in his neighborhood mad. They jacked the car. They jack it from him. They don't know it's my car. So then my niggas found out where the car was, and they was like, well, these niggas got the car, and we called the niggas. They niggas like, well, nigga, fuck, we didn't jack Ice-T, nigga. We jacked Doobie, nigga. Yeah. So niggas knew where it was. So my niggas was like, we can go get it. And I had to calculate
the expense.
Exactly. Meaning, could I lose one of my homeboys over this car? Because my niggas was ready to, when niggas say, we will go get the car, that was some gangster shit. Yeah. They was going to show up. I'm like, what if one of Lil Ice's uncles gets killed over a car? I was in New York when it happened. I called back home. I said, man, fuck that car, man. The car's worth 18 grand, man. Charge that to the game, man. And we just have to take it at that, because I knew that I had individuals going to put their life on the line. I had to calculate my expenses.
That's some fly shit.
Before I went to war. Hey, man, the philosophy segment, when we start talking about it, man, I mean, it's for y'all, and it comes from me, and it comes from my heart, man. Just learn from your mistakes, man. We all make them. Don't punish yourself to death. Just try not to repeat them, man. Mick, this has been a blast, man.
Yeah,
Taheim,
I enjoyed this one, man.
Taim, man, the knowledge you gained and what you're doing is so dope. Just to see somebody attempt to attack Hollywood head on by themselves. I got to give you nothing but love for that, man.
Appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate coming to this podcast.
You think we got Mickey a part in the movie, though?
Of course we got Mick.
Come on, man. I'm motherfucking Boogie Down Bronx, man. That's Queens, man. They got to show some love, man.
But if we're an actor,
they got to show some love, man.
No, they don't got to do shit.
Show some love here, partner.
They don't. You can't.
You lucky you in it, man. I'm you know what? Give me his motherfucking part, man.
I'm not in the movie yet. I'm a producer, and I have something to say.
always behind the scene.
I got something to say about your ass. We gonna put you in.
But we flipping that, man. We got a major move for him in there.
Ice is definitely in it. Yeah. He's trying to act like he's just a producer. You see Spike Lee in every one of his movies, right? Yeah. Well, then Ice-T gonna be in this one, man.
Mickey, if you in it, you're from Queens. The movie's about Queens.
I'm from the Bronx, man. This is Zulu Nation with hip hop star. I'm from the Bronx. You can't give me no other area.
Well, there's no part for that. There's no part for that.
We won't be airing that movie in the Bronx nowhere.
That's the end of your check. See, you're not a real actor. If you were an actor, you're supposed to really quickly say, I'm from the Bronx, but I moved to Queens. And that's how you get a check. I'm trying to help you.
Help me out, baby.
I'm trying to help you.
Hey, look, Ty about to break out. He said he got some things to do, people to see and places to go, man. Can he tell the people how to contact him in case they trying to get at him? And listen, anybody listening, seriously, check the trail out, man. We can't check the trail out again.
You can find it at SouthsideTheSeries.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Southside Series, for on the gram at Southside Original Series. We say that again, SouthsideTheSeries.com. Check out the website, the trailer, the interview at Southside Series. You can find me on Twitter and on the gram, Southside Original Series.
That's what it is, man. And this show will be on the air. We are in motion. If you are out there and you got the connects, the real connects, not if you want a part in the show. If you got the connects and you can make this happen, man, let us know. If you working at Universal, Sony, any of the big networks, and you got that good action, let us know, man. This is some product we got over here right now, and it's really good. Hey, it's been fly, Ty. That's what's up.
Thanks a lot for having me here.
Mick Benzo.
Hey, man, this was dope, man. I'm telling you. You know what I want to tell my people out there right now?
What?
If you listen to this, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is podcast number 32, and me and Ice-T is out of here like what?
Like we stole something. You 32 behind.
I'm out.
Peace.
That's how I'm living. 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 That's how I'm living.